Hello YouTube, welcome to another video of Pixels by Angel. In this video you are going to learn how to create Photoshop templates so you can easily create content and share it across multiple social media channels in a very short time. Well, first of all, let's just think a bit for a second. Why would you want to do that? Well, first thing is that you're gonna save a lot of time, and that's simply because you create a post. That means you may have a bit of text, you may have a picture, you may have a video, but then you want to share it to multiple followers. So in order to do that, to expand your reach, you want that post to be seen on Instagram, you want that post to be seen on Facebook, and maybe other platforms. So you want to have different sizes for all those platforms. They require, let's say, Instagram stories requires one size, Instagram posts requires another size, Facebook post requires another size. So you need a lot of sizes for social media platforms. But in order to do that a lot quicker, you want to have Photoshop template ready, designed for your brand, so you're also gonna be consistent with your brand. So you'll not forget what kind of font you're using if you have a template ready to use. Let's say you're just gonna create a content, you have a photo for example, you have the text, you're just gonna go quickly into the template, you're gonna replace the text, you're gonna replace the image, and there you have the photo ready for all the platforms. That's what we are gonna learn in this tutorial today. Okay, so let's get started with this. I found now these social media image size guidelines, so we will be able to copy the exact optimal size for posts. So that can be either for Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or whatever it can be. So I'm going to create now a new artboard, and I'm gonna get started with Facebook first, and that's gonna be the Facebook stories, 180 by 190, 180 weight and 190 height. Let's just gonna create that, and we want to keep track of which is which. So for this one I'm just gonna call it Facebook stories.jpg. Keep in mind that we want this extension at the end, so then we can easily generate the images, so we don't go and save them separately. We are just gonna press one button and have them ready, but we'll get into that a bit later. So let's just first create every artboard for every platform that we need. I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna do a Facebook post. That's gonna be the shared image one, and that's 120 1200 by 630. 1200 630. Oh, actually, sorry, my bad. Let me just close this. And we actually want to duplicate this, so I'm just gonna right click and say duplicate artboard, and we're just gonna change it from here, since that's gonna be easier. 120 by, what was last one was shared image 630, right? 630. Okay. I think this can be also reverted, so can be, let's say, 630 by 1200. Sorry, this one 1200. Okay, and this is gonna be Facebook post.jpg. Then we move next to Instagram. I'm just gonna use Facebook and Instagram as examples, but you can do for other platforms as well. So let's do now the Instagram square. We are gonna use the vertical image. That's 1080 by 1350. 1080 1350. Gonna call it Instagram post. And the last one is gonna be the Instagram story, and that is 180 by 1080 by 1920. 1920 pixels. And I think, sorry, we just missed here to put the JPEG. And here I'm just gonna call it Instagram story.jpg. So we have that. And those are gonna be our artboards. Now, for example, we want to add our content inside those. How we are going to do that exactly? Well, first let's just go and pick an image. I'm just gonna use now something from Envato Elements stock images. So let's say we find something about travel related. Alright. Okay, so maybe our post there is gonna be about, let's find something a bit more specific. Something nice. Maybe this, no. Something about surf, or actually this is a nice one. This should somewhere in, looks like a tropical island or something. Okay, I'm just gonna download this one and use it as an example. Hopefully it's quick. Alright, I'm gonna paste it here. We usually want to start with the largest post type, so we can easily resize it after that. Just gonna expand this to full width like that. Okay. So we have the image here. Let's just call it some like main image. Okay, and just gonna right click and say export content. Actually, let me just double click on this because I don't want it a smart object at the moment. We are gonna make it a smart object, but after we place it like this. Okay, so you just want a simple image and no smart object here at the moment. Just place your simple object. Your simple image, right click on it and say convert to smart object. So this is very important, and call it image. Alright, we have our main image here, and what you want to do now is duplicate this. Like right click and say duplicate layer and drag it to the next post. Just gonna resize it now to make it a bit smaller to fit nicely. Okay, like that. Again, go back to the main image here, right click on it, duplicate layer and drag it to the next one. Same thing for the remaining artboard, right click, duplicate layer and drag it to the last one. Okay, now this is a bit off. I'm just gonna quickly resize it. Alright, and this one again, just gonna, yeah, I think that's okay. Well, maybe a bit to the left. So we have those equal. Okay, so we have our images ready. Just gonna call it image on every layer to know that it's the same. Alright, so what happens now? I'm just gonna show you real quick why I did that. So let's just pick another image. Let's say you want to do another post. Just gonna take this for example, so it doesn't matter what's in the photo. And now you want to double click on the image on any of them because at the moment they are linked. So if I press on this and drag and drop or new image in here, maybe I want to have this centered. because that's where the content goes. Main content should be in the middle, where the people are. And now, if I save this, I go to File and Save, and I go back to my document, you'll see that all the image has been automatically replaced. So that's why you want a template. You can just quickly change the photo and you have your posts ready for all social media platforms. Now, this works nicely. I'm just gonna revert back because I want to show you the full example on how to create this template with this image, because I think it's nicer, not for any other reason. You can use any image that you want. So right, now we want to add some text, for example, and for this I'm just gonna add where the text may look nice, maybe here at the top, or yeah, well, I suppose you want to have your logo as well, so why not? Let me just find my logo. It'll be the black one. Oops. Just gonna leave it here and duplicate it. I just call this logo. Duplicate the next one. Make this smaller. Move it to the top. Paste it into the next one. Alright. And move it next to the Instagram story. Maybe on Instagram stories I want it on the right side. No, I'm just gonna keep it in the middle. Doesn't matter for now. And now you want to add some text, as I said. I'm just gonna make this here on the left like a bar. Maybe pick some color. Maybe a dark one, just leave it black or white. Maybe pick something blue color. Well, that's up to you to decide. I'm just gonna go with this blue for now. Or actually, maybe I'm just gonna create a fade. I think that's gonna work better for me. So now it's up to you to think about the design. Maybe your brand is important here, how you're gonna style it. So I'm just gonna paste this fade to the next and do all of them to look similar. Okay, and now I'm gonna add some text here at the top. This, just gonna invent something, doesn't matter. This is going to be, just gonna type like, this is going to be your biggest adventure from your lifetime, something. This is marketing, by the way. This is gonna be the adventure. Let's use Roboto Bold Adventure. This is going to be the adventure of your life. Okay, make this larger. Sorry, I'm a bit picky when it comes to design, so bear with me. Make this a bit smaller, maybe like 50. think this is not enough spacing, so be it like 120, that's gonna be fine. Alright, so now this is our text. Now you can like right click on it and say convert to smart object. I'm gonna try this first. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna show you another way. So you have your text here as a smart object. Okay, that's fine. Just gonna duplicate it. Again, you can just right click and say duplicate layer, or press Ctrl G on your keyboard. Anyway, it's gonna work fine. Just gonna resize it. This is not centered well. Oops. Okay, now it looks centered to me. Okay, gotta move this one to the next artboard, like that, and the last one to the last artboard. Okay, we want this nice and centered. Okay, so we have our template ready. Now I'm just gonna show you real quick how you can edit text. You can just double click on this and have something else. This is going to be the trip of your life, of your lifetime. Just gonna save it. Let's go back, and you have it ready. Now you see why I've done this, because you can easily switch the image, you can easily change the text, change colors very quick. So it's gonna, all the changes you did are gonna roll over to the next artboard, all the artboards. So this way you can create content really fast and share it with your followers on all the platforms. Okay, now the last thing, I'm just gonna roll that back, and the last thing I want to show you is how to generate those files. Well, one of the options will be to right click and say quick export as PNG, or say export as for each of them, but because we already put the extension .jpeg for each artboard, you can just go save your file. I'm just gonna keep it on desktop, generate, I'm just gonna call it travel.psd. So you're just gonna save it and just gonna go to file, generate, and say image assets, save. Now just gonna go to desktop, and you'll have it here. So here's the folder travel.psd, and that's generating automatically a folder called travel assets. And there you have all the images ready to go. You didn't need to save it, you didn't need to do anything. You have your template, and now every time you want to create a new post, you can just quickly go to the PSD, replace your assets, and generate them. So it's a really quick way how you can do this. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you really do, please remember to subscribe to this channel and let me know in the comments what would you like to learn more about. Like either it's about video, it's about photos, about editing, it's about anything related to graphics. So let me know. I'll see you in the next video.